Okay, right, we're back. Right, unfortunately that crashed. So I had to restart the PlayStation PS5. It was the only way to get this to start because when I tried to rebroadcast, it wouldn't work. It just kept searching. It wouldn't come up with the go live screen, the broadcast screen. So I had to turn off my PS5 and restart it. And now it seems to work. So I've saved it at that point. I hope. I did do a quick save, so hopefully we should be okay. Right, here we are. So right, we're back here. So we were just like looting things, and then suddenly it crashed. So I don't know what happened there. So we were just basically just having a look around and see if there was anything to loot. Not really. Okay. Okay, so the battle's over. We we were going through there. We've killed everyone now, so we're just literally kind of looting them all. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling with the UI a little bit because it's a bit hard to get over the actual thing now and again. So I mean, it keeps pulling in and out and all that kind of stuff. So let's loot that. So basically we were looting and then suddenly crashed. So I don't know what happened there. Now I don't know if we should be picking all this stuff up, but I always seem to because I'm the only one with any kind of intelligence. Although that is a bit debatable, I must say. So right, okay, where do we go? So hopefully the people that were watching might come back in. Yes, I do hope so. Because I do need your help. I'm not very good at this game, and again, it's not showing on the app, which is really frustrating at the moment because every time I do a recording, it's not showing up on the app. The app has become a liability. Every time they do an update, it seems to make it worse than before. Now I can't even get it to show the broadcast, which is, as you can imagine, is very annoying. So I got to go to the official studio one and try and get it from there. Seems to be the only way I can get it to work these days. It's very frustrating for us broadcasters. And it takes me an age to do it, so we'll just move forward for a minute. Let's I don't know where, if there's anything to explore in here. I find it a little bit awkward playing this game. It seems like it's a little bit more to it than I first thought. So we're just gonna kind of well, if I get rid of that I can just walk in, can't I? So let me just walk in. Explore the areas and just see if we can get started. Well, I like the camera nice and close like that because I'm used to, I'm used to a first-person view really, but we'll go with this. I won't open the door. Well, it was locked. Let's just go down here and see what's down here. Is this where I came in? I'm not really sure, but this looks interesting. A bench. But yeah, I don't know where to go between this and do this, or where to do this thing where you explore the whole lot. Which I know it's like.
This calls for careful footwork.
I don't know where the. I seem to lose track on how to do the. How do you search all thing? I thought you just press down like that, but it didn't seem. So I don't know what I'm doing half the time in this game. I've bitten off more than I can chew, I think.
You do not recognize the language on the plaque.
Okay. I thought something else. Right, is there? See, because it's a bit, I got to keep, going between these two. Right. I got a job to read these. These letters are very small for me. with my not so good eyesight. Fine dust coats the pages of this weathered book. Beneath the bone-white powder, hundreds of short obituaries are recorded in tiny script. You were telling me. Grobian Tipple. Was that I can't even read that. Ilmuter? Ivan Arkanson Ogma, Eternal Rot, and Devriun Stout, Selfine Fever. So yeah, I got a job to read this. I don't know why they have writing so small. There's plenty of room on that page to make that 3 times bigger. So I'm a little bit perplexed by why developers do very small text.
No traps, please.
Because if you can appeal to people who have a little bit dodgy sight, that's all the better. More people can play it. So I feel like those kind of options should be done. Right, we'll try pushing this lever. Probably a stupid idea.
What did that do?
What did it do? That's the only trouble with this movement kind of thing, and why I generally steer away from games that are like this, because I don't like this limited view all the time. I like a good 360 view, like you would with a normal RPG. But I just thought it was too good to miss. I know I've said that before, but yeah, I just find it too awkward to search for things. I have to keep. Oh yeah, okay, Magana. Yeah, it took me a while. I had to restart my PS5. It was the only way I could get it to start a broadcast. So I don't know. It seems like they're both. Yeah, that was the last of them. So it ended where we killed the last one. That was it. So we managed to do it. So yeah. See, I got a job to read this. Why, when they put it on console, is this not bigger? Why can't you just do 2 pages that do it bigger so I can read it? Because I'm not going to read that. I cannot read it. I'm struggling. So I don't know if these books are any good. So unless it's big enough for me to read, I won't be reading these books, which could be important, I suppose. But if something looks like it might be very important, then I probably will at least try and read it, because it may. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling with the camera and that. I knew that when I started this game, that it was going to be different. It was going to be this old over the top view kind of thing. But I thought it was too good a game to miss out on. And it's like trying to get to that chest. It's like it's awkward getting it. Well, all those are basically just little stories like in Skyrim. Okay. And that's empty. So, yeah, I just don't know whether I like that. I can, right, okay. But yeah, as soon as it goes to the battle thing, and I'm not a fan of games which do the you gotta each take it in turn. I don't like those games. That's why I never played a Final Fantasy. I don't like those games. I like action in real time, and I've only played these kind of things many years ago, and when open world you can cast fireballs. Oh, I see. So unless I got some help on this, I'm gonna really struggle. So it doesn't look as though there's much in there. So if there is something in there of any use, or which I'm missing, if you could let me know. But I don't know what that lever did. Anybody have a clue what that lever did? It's a big change between this and Skyrim. Yes, it is. Yeah, I'm used to. I only play RPGs generally, because I like the action style. First person view or third person. I like that way of playing, because I like the world to be real, and I want to be in it, as opposed to an over the top thing. Right, okay. Uh, yeah, I'm having trouble swapping. I realised this when I started playing this game. So I watched somebody play it, and they all seem to be saying how great it was, and I thought, God, I've got to try this out because it does look very, very interesting. I'm trying to work out where I started now. Trying to work out where I came in. I think this is where we came in, wasn't it? See, even looting is difficult in this because it's like you might have to do this, you know, it's like you always have to manipulate this camera. And I find this very awkward. It's not, you know, it's not like on a PC where you could just move your mouse and you probably move a lot. It's a little bit tricky on a console. And so it makes even things like looting more difficult.
Anything of use?
It would be nice if they could play. What was that? So at the moment the app is not showing anything, so you know, that's why I'm struggling at the moment, because the app is not working, and I'm having to go to the official site, click on the link, and that's the only way it seems to be working. Definitely a game made for PC. Yeah. The small writing is getting me. The complexity of it is getting me a little bit. I thought maybe I had enough Dungeons and Dragons thing to be able to cope, but I think I'm finding it a lot harder than I thought. There's a lot for me to take in, and I'm not really good at taking in lots of stuff. You know, I'm an old man now. I struggle with picking up new stuff and new game mechanics. It's a little bit difficult for me. Do you know, I don't really know where to go because even the camera, you know, even the map, I'm struggling to read this writing here. It's not very clear. It's like white around black letters, which is on a darker background. How am I supposed to read that? I can't read it. So I'm struggling with basic stuff like that. And you know, it looked like it was well done on the PlayStation, in that the controls seem to be nicely picked to make it easier for you. So I don't know which door it opened, to be honest. So that's why I'm going to struggle with this game, unfortunately, is I just don't know what to do, when to do it. So, and unless I can get any kind of sense out of this, you know, I will have to stop doing it and go for some other kind of action game. I'm trying to pick everything I want because obviously, like a lot of things, I need money to be able to purchase stuff. So I'm just taking every bit of loot, no matter how bad it is, just to see. See, I have got one on VR, which is you know, a Dragons and Dungeons game, but it's much better because it's very close to the camera. I can see the characters in real close up, and you can hold it in your hand. You can even paint them as well in the painting room, and so it's a lot closer than this. Plus, the camera is really good because you can manipulate it however you want. You can actually adjust the table up, down, left, right, zoom in and out. So it gives me a lot more options. So I found that. I can remember the name of the game now. Demio, that was it. Demio, and that's good because I can look at it from any angle, which makes it so much easier than a kind of limited. But I don't know which door it was. And I say I can't get this camera to go where I want it to go. This is my main failing with this game, is I'm struggling with the camera. Because I came in here and opened the door, and I don't know where that door is, and you said I was just in front of it. Because I'm moving around, I don't know. So if you could point me, is it this door here? In fact, let me show you the map, and then you can say, maybe point me to the correct direction. Yeah, so I'm here. Any idea where I should be headed? I mean, I presume there? on the where the text was, where the door was. It's very slow zooming it in. I do find that very, very slow. It doesn't actually say door now, does it? Earlier on I looked at the map and it said it was a door. But I can't see it now. But I cannot read that text on the main map. I can't read it at all. It's like a light colour around dark letters. How can you possibly read that? Doing it the other way around would have been a better option. Going back towards the big level room, there's a door to your right. What, just here? This one here? Because I've even got a job with the camera, because it's like I wish it would move the way. It's like it doesn't say north. I presume north is at the top. North is at the top, but it's like it doesn't seem to go the way I want it to go. It's like I move up thinking that's north, and it doesn't, because there's no actual compass on the screen. I can't relate it to the map very well, so I've got to move in order to find out which direction I'm going, which is a bit frustrating because it shouldn't be as difficult as that. A simple compass would have solved the problem, but I don't want to pick holes in it because this is such a good game, and you can see what it's, you know, it's what I've seen. It looks very, very interesting. Yeah, I know there's a compass on there, but it's not actually. I seem to be going up, down, left, and right on that compass, so it's not. You know, as I turn, there's not a compass which is turning with me, so I can line it up with the map, with the actual map there. So I can't align it with it. I've got to purely move, see which direction I move. So now I'm supposedly going east. But I'm trying to find the door that you were speaking about, but they all look the same to me. So I'm finding this is why I'm finding this difficult, and it must be difficult for you to watch me, as I don't know what I'm doing, as I'm wasting a lot of time here just wandering around not knowing what to do, and I don't feel that's very, you know, you're enjoying watching it. See, I don't even. So I'm really struggling with the camera and the maps, because it stops me from knowing which way I'm going. I'm used to having a compass on a map that tells me where I'm going, and I cannot, for the life of me, work it out. I've always got to look and check the mini map to see which way I'm heading, to have any idea which direction I'm heading. So it looks like it's through there. So sorry if I'm complaining, but I maybe took on more than I should have done with this game. I think this game may be a bit too much for me.
A crypt. What riches might it contain?
Why can't it just say what it is as I go over it? Why have I got to press a button to show it? I think it would make a lot of more sense, unless, you know, you're trying to keep it as minimal as possible, possibly. So I'm forever knowing what to examine, you know, all kinds of stuff. It's really put me at a disadvantage with this game. I feel like I'm a little bit out of my depth, and maybe, you know, it might be too much for me, and I don't want to quit the game because it's too much for me. I want to try and do it, but obviously I am struggling, and I'm struggling with the books. I can't read these books, and you know, if I start complaining all the time, people are not going to like the fact I'm complaining. But I'm just expressing how I feel about it at the minute, which is, you know, do I go through that door, or do I go through that door? I feel like I should have watched a lot more of the game and wrote down notes or something, so that at least I had some idea what I'm doing.
keep your distance, darling.
Can we actually have a rest here? Because I feel like we all need like a rest. Let me take a long rest here, because some of us are damaged. And then I'll probably finish in a minute, because I'm finding it too stressful to play this game, to be honest. Because I'm forever flirting about not knowing what I'm doing, unless I've got a specific thing to do and I'm in a certain place and I'm doing, say, a battle. You know, that's not too bad, because I just got to work within that thing. But when it starts to be going all different ways I've got to go, with the systems I'm not used to, then I really struggle with it. And as you can gather, I can't stop blabbing.
About you, remembering our little encounter in the night.
Well, when you tried to bite me, yeah. What you mean when I tried to bite you? Yeah.
The very same. It obviously put me off your neck, but now I can't help but wonder how the others taste. Not that anyone's volunteered. It's just an idle fancy.
Well, I wouldn't expect the volunteers either, no. Why, do you have your eye on someone in particular? They're all, yeah, I'll say they're all off the menu. I won't say it's a pity they're annoying. Do you have your eye on someone then?
No, that's the thing. I can't quite figure them out. Take Gale, for example. He strikes me as someone whose blood is rich, refined, like well-aged brandy. But the Give, what in the hells would she taste like?
Well, you're not going to find out. Something exotic, I would imagine. I prefer a beer if it's all the same. I think I'll do that one.
Yes. Heavens forbid we have an interesting conversation. Still, I am intrigued by the possibilities.
So, see, this is the kind of thing I like. You know, I like the RPG stuff, and moving around in fights is all the complicated stuff I can't do. Well, I would keep your eyes to yourself, because you'll make people nervous. I think that's the best option.
We're just talking. So, in the spirit of theoretical questions, if you had to take a bite from one of them, who would it be?
Well, come on. Well, I don't know. I mean, Gale, apparently, I've heard he seems a little bit dull. Well, put it this way, Jess said he seemed a little bit dull, so... So, I mean... Well, if I had to, maybe Shadowheart?
A fine choice. She is enticing. Although, the more I think on it, the hungrier I get. I'd better go find something I can actually get my teeth into.
Yeah, try good hunting.
But nothing out there will taste as good as the alternatives. But I'll make do. Sweet dreams.
You won the, best supporting role in a game, can't you? Christ. Hello, Shadowheart. Everybody seems to be going for Shadowheart at the moment.
The Grove sported some rather interesting murals, I must say.
I'm surprised with that outfit.
Reminded me of something half forgotten. It seemed to depict Lady Shah's warriors in combat. I hadn't known they were active in these parts.
So I might do that one. They seem formidable. Be careful admitting your allegiances to druids. They may still consider you an enemy. Well, if you care to elaborate, I think.
You know me. I'm not usually one to elaborate if I can avoid it. They looked like dark justiciars, an elite force among Lady Shah's ranks. Only the very finest proved themselves worthy of the title.
Right, well, it sounds like you aspire to join them then, I suppose. That's probably do that one. How did they prove themselves worthy? They can't have been that good. They'd lost, judging by the murals. Oh, did they?
There was a proving ground of sorts. A place where initiates sought to complete Lady Shah's trials and make a sacrifice in her name. but that place is lost now. Some even wonder if it ever truly existed. Curious to see them depicted in such a place. Perhaps there's more to it. But there's nothing to be done about it just now.
Alright then. But that artifact does seem protecting us, doesn't it? So, do you still have it?
Quite the understatement, but yes, I have it. And I'll guard it with my life.
I'd love to get my hands on that. I mean, should I ask that? I'm not sure. Alright, I'll ask on that one. Curious that you happen to have an item that protects us. How did you come by
I
it?
was part of a group sent by my cloister. We were to take the artifact from the Githyanki and bring it to Baldur's Gate, no matter the cost. Though it turned out the cost was very steep. I was the only one of the group to survive. I took the artifact and fled, only to be ensnared by mind flayers before I could finish the mission. That's all I know. That's all I need to know.
Okay, well, understand why. Looking like a true pawn. Yeah, it is Admiral convictions. Although I think I prefer to know what I'm getting myself into.
That's not a luxury open to many people, us included. I have my faith to turn to instead. You should find something of your own.
Well, how can you go to all this trouble and not understand why?
I told you already. I surrendered my memories for the sake of the mission. Shah's secrets must be protected.
Why?
Duty demands it. Once I fulfill my mission, I can have my memories restored.
All right, we'll let the matter drop then. Right, why were you in pain before?
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals.
Oh, shame.
And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
Right, yeah, what caused it to hurt you?
It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random.
Could be.
I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure.
Not really getting very far with it, but still, we're learning little bits. So yeah, yeah. Is there anything I could do to help with it?
I don't think so, but you're sweet to ask. Maybe just be patient the next time you see me wince or cry out. It'll pass quickly enough. It always does. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah.
Oh, I see.
Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
Got a point. Right, so yeah, I'll do that one, I think, so you know more than you were letting on before. I hope you'll be more honest in future.
I'll try my best. But secrecy is ingrained in me.
Right, okay.
Lady Shah considers it greater protection than any shield or armor.
Alright. But, you know, she did die, and I mean, I can't bring her back. So, what? I won't. Let's turn on to other matters. Let's not press us too much on that. I would like to get to know you more, to be honest.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
Well, well, tell me something about yourself. You know, besides Shah. You know, besides tadpoles.
What? besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
That's good job there's no swimming in the game then. You'll have to point out night orchids to me if we ever come past one. Really like flown between the planes of existence. But I'll just do that top one there. You have to point out night orchids to me if we ever pass them.
It's a deal.
Anything else you'd like to share?
No, I can't. Quite literally, I mean. With my memory suppressed, I can't betray Shah's secrets. But I can't remember much of myself either. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shah's mission, then my memories will be restored.
Oh, well, that might be good then. Right, okay. Well, let's turn to our matters. We should, no, we won't do that one. So, what about what all this happened to us, Shadowheart?
Fine.
Seems to be hogging
What's
the
on your
conversation, don't she? What are your thoughts about our little stowaways?
Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. Personally, I think finding this Halcyon is our best bet. If we're truly desperate, we can try to convince that goblin gut in assisting us. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith Kresh will actually prove our salvation, but worth keeping in mind.
Well, I think you saw how the goblin thing turned out, so, yeah, how am I holding up? I mean, I personally don't think I'm doing very well, and I think everybody else who's watched me have also done, but, what do you think?
I don't think I've ever had a confidant quite like you. And if I have, I can't remember them.
Okay. That's very kind. Well, let's leave for now then. I want to push her on the subject. Right, well, let's go over and well, that's very tiny. Now you are kneeling. Can I kneel down with you?
Friendly looking shadow.
It's alright, just messing around, right. Hello. Why is it they all, I suppose they're all getting ready for bed really, they're kind of getting down to basics, aren't they? Oh, nothing, okay. Alright, Lizelle, that's fair enough. I mean, Gale, Gale, we haven't really bothered with Gale. Doesn't seem...
My apologies. Huh. Not quite myself just yet. I had the strangest dream last night. A visitor came to me. A vision of unparalleled beauty and power. She told me...
Must have been me.
She was watching over me. Protecting me. And that our tadpoles could prove beneficial.
What is it with the tadpoles? Is it the
they have to offer?
thing in her eye?
An uncanny apparition. Not entirely sure what to make of it.
Well, I think you're drunk. Did I? But yeah, it's probably. Well, I don't know. You don't believe that this was a real person. Oh, they called. But yeah, I was. That's the only thing I could think of was it was the parasites. Seems odd to call it tadpoles. They're far less dangerous. You don't believe this was a real person you were talking to then?
A real manifestation, perhaps, but not an individual of flesh and blood in the manner you or I would consider to be real. Whether she spoke the truth or not, well, I think I require a little more evidence before taking a fantasy at her word. Until then, best we speak of other matters. Was there something you wish to ask?
We'll find out in a minute when it comes up. What do you make about having the vampire hair?
We all have our burdens, one way or the other.
I think that's more than a burden. Let's see. Should we get him to join us, or should we leave him? I'm going to leave him for now because I'm quite happy with our bunch, and then we'll have a kip. So we want 40. See, I wish it would say how much this is. It does, Ray. Doesn't it? 5? 5 can't. Yeah, it does. Okay, so I could do that. What happens if you get out? Run out of these. So I generally just pick on anything. Usually the smaller things, and just hope for the best. Really, that's how I do it. There's nothing. I'll take that one off. Right, there you go. So I tend to like bare minimum. Right, okay. So right, okay, full rest. I thought we could do a jolly good rest. It's a bit like me getting up this morning.
I promised I'd be back. Don't worry. I have things under control.
Running out sucks because
For
you
now.
don't get spell slots back if you...
You haven't been using the parasite's power. You think you don't need it. But things haven't gone as you expected.
Say that again.
The fey magic of the hag might be enough to remove your tadpole.
But it wasn't.
You're desperate to be rid of it.
Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the wrong places.
So yeah, I think, see, because of that accident I had where, something dropped on top of a goblin and the whole goblin camp turned on us, and I couldn't get out of that situation. I tried running, whatever I did, we seemed to die. So I had to go back 2 hours. So this has already happened last time. So this could be repeating what we had before. So I can't remember what I did last time.
The hag did not deceive you on this front. Your parasite is unusual. It is wrapped in magic that prevents its removal. Until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed, any attempt to remove it will kill you.
So this is my
You were lucky
guardian.
that you only lost an eye. You could have lost much more.
The parasites were merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun.
Right, so I don't know what I chose last time, but I think how do I destroy the thing might be a good one.
I'm not sure yet. To find the answers,
We must first find the source.
these parasites are more than illicit spawn. They are vessels for control.
So it seems like
The
a good idea to
infected
get rid
hear
of
the
them.
voice of the Absolute.
And believe it to be a god. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank are called true souls. They carry a tadpole, just like yours. It's how they receive their orders. It is what makes them obey. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be mind flayers in an instant. Were it not for my protection, so would you.
So yeah, we created this character at the beginning of the game. This was our guardian. So I can't remember if this is a different one or whether this is the same one we saw but 2 hours earlier. So how is it that you protect me anyway?
I have powers of my own. Unique powers. But know that we are alike. Just
Okay.
like you, I was infected with a mind flayer parasite.
It seems like it's slightly
Just
different.
like you, I seek to be free of
Okay,
it.
Morgan.
I've been trying to escape from this evil for a long time. Once, I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, and I can protect you from that evil. If we
Why
work
don't you
together,
join the party
we
then?
may turn this around.
Because it'd be great if I could just make this character and need help.
They
He's
need me.
actually one of the followers.
I have to go.
Why? What's going on over there?
Power I used to protect you. I stole it from someone.
You
They
did?
want it back. I will hold them off for as long as I can. But sooner or later I will be worn down.
Oh no.
You must discover the source of the magic that controls the parasites before that happens. Follow the cultists' trail. They will lead you to their masters.
Who's the cultist?
Use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, destroy it.
Right, I'll try and remember that, but my memory
Go.
is fragile.
Our freedom depends on it.
So apparently, let them think I'm okay with it or something, then destroy it. So I'll try to make a note of that. I feel I have to make notes in this game because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing otherwise. So leave the camp now. Okay, so we should all be healed and everything. I don't know what to do about all the stuff. All this should be in your game's journal. Yeah, I haven't really been going to the journal and the basic game, and that's kind of all I'm thinking of at the minute is that. Right, Shadowheart
There's
has some
something I want
question.
to talk to you about. Something important.
Go ahead then. Alright, do continue.
I could have died in that pod, back on the Nautiloid. You could have died, spending precious moments trying to free me, but you did it anyway.
Well, yeah, well,
I owe you my
yeah.
life. I'm trying to say that you've earned my trust in a way very few ever have. I want that to mean something.
Oh, okay.
I want you to know more about me, at least from what I can remember.
Oh, I'd love to.
As long as I've prayed to Lady Shah, I've wished to serve her as a Dark Justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shah, save perhaps if you become the head of her church.
Oh,
To become a Dark Justiciar is to become the Night Singer's sword arm, her implement with which she will cast down the unbelievers and win the final battle to restore her perfect,
Oh, I don't know
endless
about
darkness.
that.
It's all I ever wanted. I prayed it was my calling. But Mother forbid me from seeking to prove myself worthy of the rank. She said I was not ready.
Perhaps you're not.
Not my mother, I should add. The Mother Superior, head of Lady Shah's enclave in Baldur's Gate. Sometimes I wonder if she would ever deem me ready. I owe her everything, and I only wish to serve, yet she can prove inscrutable.
Well, I'd say release yourself then. Why be so secretive about such an ambition? That's what I want to know.
Dark Justiciars are hated by many, judged to be ruthless fanatics.
Sounds like it.
Even the few who would accept a follower of Lady Shah would likely balk at a Justiciar in their midst.
I would.
But there's a
I see.
simpler answer to your question.
Okay, Morgan.
I simply forgot about the desire I had until I saw some things that reminded me. Now, I can't get it out of my mind.
Or release it to me then. So yeah, well, thank you for sharing. I'm not going to say the last one, you know. Thank you for sharing. Let's see. Well, I think we've already asked some of those, so we'll leave that. Right, okay, so we're in this thing here, and I'll put the emphasis on thing because, you know, we haven't got much to explore here. So I'll finish in a moment. I feel like I've probably done a bit too much today, but it is annoying having to, you know, manipulate this camera all the time. That's my biggest problem. How do you get a torch in this? That's what I would like to know. Because I can't see, and you know, so I don't know if we have a torch or, you know, it's really dark in here, and trying to move this camera and manipulate it's proven very difficult. Right. Yeah, I'm not sure if I have one, so I'm just going to look around. I mean, it's so dark here. I got a job to see here, but so I'm going to try and light these
Nothing.
because I can't see a darn thing. And then I think we'll leave it today. What I will do is, earlier when I didn't really know what I was doing. I was wandering about all over the place.
What's hiding here?
Oh, it's empty. I'll try and cut some of that out because I'm sure you're finding it very boring at the moment watching me do this. I realise I've taken on probably something that's far beyond me, and you know, and I don't think it's of any interest to people really, because I'm not, you know, other people are coping with this and they're doing a wonderful job, and I seem to be just, you know, useless at this. So I just hope I can improve and learn. Otherwise, you know, and I don't want to dump this game because it looks really interesting. But I am almost getting to that kind of point where, you know, yeah, I'm just frustrated more than anything because I don't really know enough about what I'm doing. So that is my big problem at the moment, is I'm really struggling with the basic mechanics of the game, and you know, I thought by watching people, you know, it will give me enough to be able to cope with it, but I'm really struggling which way to go, what to do. It seemed easy when I'm watching something because I can just see them doing moves, but I don't really know where else, you know. I suppose they're not showing everything. I mean, I'm gonna obviously have to. So I think that's why I'm doing this 2 weekly. The trouble is I probably might forget stuff in between.
There are traps about.
Okay, well can I disarm that? Yeah, I'll disarm that. Can I just? Oh, right, okay. So yeah, we'll add those bonuses then. I mean, can I? Does it add all of those? I don't really know, to be honest. I think it does. So I think, yeah, it depends on the situation, depends on my stats. It seems to be picking, you know, some are minus, some are plus because of our
Trap. Be cautious.
Oh, I see, there's more of them. Right, okay, so let me disarm that. So it looks like we're going to do a lot of these. Right, okay. Very tiny, so it's hard to see that the top is. Yeah, that's what I'm struggling. Although I've got the you know, most of the text bigger, it doesn't do all of the text. So the smaller writing I'm struggling with. The door just before the big lever is the one you want. Is that the one? I mean, is this up to date? Because I don't even know if this is up to date. Because this seems, yeah, this is half an hour behind. At the moment, everything is going wrong with this because I've got to keep refreshing the app all the time because it won't even keep up with the text. So I'm having to struggle with the YouTube app at the same time as all this. So this is like ruining it and making things very difficult for me to play this because of that. It's really, really difficult for me because this keeps breaking all the time. I want to get Morgana to do it, do I? Right, okay. So, you know, it's like the time seems to be caught, you know, right now. So hopefully that's okay. Right, okay. Right, so let's roll this dice. I mean, I should get past that, shouldn't I? Oh, God, don't look as though I am. Oh, just. My God. So, right, I should get a Starion to do it. So, I'll go by your advice, since you're the clever one. I did see somebody do this, but I saw that I think they were manipulating something to try and do something. But the trouble is, it's a little while ago. Yeah, this is what I find annoying, is I've got to come out of this to try and do this, to try, you know, it would be nice if I could just walk up to it, because sometimes it does it and sometimes it don't. So it's really difficult to interact with things. And I suppose that's the problem of, yeah, see what I mean? It's like I've chose the Astarion, but is it doing Astarion? So I'm trying to do Astarion, but it's like, it's sometimes, you know, you got to walk around to try and get this thing right, and I find that very frustrating. It's like just doing basic stuff, like manipulating with the environment. That should be easy, and yet, oh, it's doing the button. See what I mean? This is why I'm struggling with it. It's because it don't seem to be on the right thing. I wish this was simpler, but I suppose a mouse would be the option, wouldn't it? But it's like basic stuff like this I can't seem to be able to do. Because, you know, it's like I can't change the angle to make it so I can point down. I've got to move further away or whatever. And you know, I'm putting the pointer over it, but it's not actually pressing it. It's just moving me to it. So this is why I'm struggling with the game, really, is the controls. I just cannot seem to cope with. They are far more difficult than I thought. Watching somebody playing it seemed like it wasn't that difficult, but I'll tell you what, it is difficult.
Looks like
They keep saying I'm failing, so... Wow, I got lots of bonuses. I can see why you said to do it. So if I add... Does that add all of them? I don't really know how I'm... Oh, I see. I didn't even know I could get them all spread out like that. I mean, I ought to pass, shouldn't I? So thank you for saying about that. So at least I'm learning. So I don't know what that was. I think it was like fire or something when I saw somebody do this. But the trouble is, I should be doing this up to date, really, because yeah, I've been when I watched the video, it was a little while ago, but. Oh dear. Doing basic stuff like can I point at something like that, it's proven I've got to fiddle around a bit just to kind of get to it. So it looks like I got to press a button to add all of them, or can I do some of them? I don't really know. Tell you what, let's change the dice. Although we're doing well, so let's stay with that one. So looks like I got all those bonuses. So I hope. But yeah, we've done it anyway, so could have done with this earlier. I should have done this earlier, really. So yeah, I think it was fire that came out of it. Might be a good idea to light these. But I wish the basic manipulation of it was a little bit easier for me. I mean, I suppose I could use the keyboard and mouse, but I don't like the keyboard and mouse. I have to keep looking down at the keyboard all the time. I don't know the stuff really. I can't memorise all the things, it's too much. And yeah, every time I want to move, see, this camera moves out. It would be nice if next time they'd give an option where you'd have full control of the camera to make this easier. I won't. Yeah, I'll still add the bonus, I think. I want to make sure. But we're good on dexterity. I mean, we're on. Historian is on. Which one's dexterity? I got D something, so it's probably that one is dexterity. Yeah, 17. So we're on pretty good on that. Yeah, so I saw somebody do this. I can't remember now what it was because it was a little while ago, but it was something to do with fire came out when they did it. So
be careful, there are traps about.
So it only seems to show up when we get to it. So I'll try and get rid of it. I'm going to keep adding them in a minute because you know, for something like that might happen. Put it that way. So I'll just keep adding them. Seems good. So I'm not sure how many there are, but I'm going to light all of these just to make it a bit easier. But really, I should be stopping. I've gone over my my time now, so I'm going to light all these lights. So I'll do a quick save, and then we'll leave it there, and we'll carry on with it next time because you know, I'm a little bit slow on some games. I was like, then it didn't say empty, so I thought it was okay. But I think I've done this one as well. Yeah. So I'm trying to light all the torches just to make this easier, and then we're kind of trying to solve whatever this is. It looks like some kind of puzzle. I'm useless at puzzles, so yeah, I'll have to hope for the best on this one because I'm not very good at them. But yeah, it's really difficult for me to get it on the thing correctly. one thing I've noticed is, so far,
An iron coin. I prefer gold. I'll take it.
we don't seem to be getting the greatest stuff. Now I don't know whether this is useful, all these things. I just pick up everything because, you know, I think, you know, we need I could do with some decent stabs or something like that, or weapons. So I think I'll leave it there, but we've got to disarm the rest, and then we can continue next time. But yeah, I am struggling with trying to get this over the correct thing, because it's like, you know, there's a thing there, but I can't get access to it. It's like, so I think I'll leave it there, and we'll carry on with this next time. And I'll try and cut out a lot of that boring stuff earlier, where, you know, I was kind of blabbing on, not really knowing what I'm doing, and just cut out a bit, so I just wandering about. Okay, so thank you all for coming in today. I am struggling on this, so I might do it bi-weekly, which is probably a bad idea, but I feel like, you know, it's too much strain on me to keep doing it every week. So I'd like to thank these people for coming in today. Morgana, thank you again, Morgana, for helping me out, because I just really need help on this game. To PBD2KI, thanks very much for coming as well. To Jalad39, thank you for coming in, leaving a comment. And to JPP, thank you for coming in. Sorry about the crash earlier, but I don't know, they occasionally happen. We don't normally have it on PlayStation, so that's a little bit of a rarity, that one. You do you, I'll watch either way. Okay, alright, thanks very much, Morgana. Yeah, I read. I know I don't want to put pressure on you, but I'll tell you what, when you're on, I know I've got a better chance. And when you're not, I feel like I'm really struggling. So, but I manipulating this thing to get on something like that is proving very difficult for me, to get these things, get in the right angle. I just wish it was easier to do this stuff, because it's like, you know, that's hovering over it, shouldn't that be doing it? And yet it doesn't. So I don't know, it's kind of an odd system, which it seems to sometimes work and not work. So we'll carry on next time. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Probably next week I'll do a little bit of Dragon's Dogma again, because that's a very interesting game. I think we failed that one, so it's broken. Oh, I see. Alright, thank you very much, Morgana. So I'll try and watch the rest of this to give me some idea what to do, so that I don't, I can only tempt a trap once and it breaks. Okay, alright, thanks, Morgana. So I'll try and watch the rest of that video that, I think it was ESO, which is a really good guy, because he does lots of things like, you know, lots of RPGs, including Skyrim and Fallout, all that kind of stuff, and he's very good, very informative, and gives you lots of tips and things. So I desperately need tips on this game. So I'll see you all next time. Thank you all for watching. I hope you got some sort of enjoyment out of it. I'm great when it's like the conversation bits. I'm fine with all that, and I'm moving around the world and all that, but as soon as it comes to a situation where I'm in a, you know, one of these, you can only move one move at a time and all that lot, then I start to struggle. So I'll always struggle on that, and maybe some of it sink in. It could have been better. Yeah, when I looked at it first, when I first saw, you know, somebody playing on PS5, it seemed like it's well worked out, because on PC all the spells are all along the bottom, and to be honest, I can't read that, which is why I don't usually play these games, is because they're all along the bottom. And there's so many of them, you know, having to wade through all of these things to go and find which one you want is so time consuming. And so when they split it into 3 things that I could just flick between, I thought, oh, that seems a really good system. So I thought, oh, okay, on console it might not be okay. And it is okay, it's the camera I'm struggling with, and the compass. But I'll see you next time. In a minute, let's not waffle. I'll see you next time. Next time I'll probably do Dragon's Dogma at the same time on a Thursday, because that's a little bit more the kind of normal game I play, and then we'll continue this after that. Alright, bye everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks again to those people that came in and leaving a comment, and I'll see you all next time. I'll see you later. Bye everybody, bye, and I'm sorry about the crash. Bye for now. Should be fun, yeah. Bye, Morgana. Bye, everyone. Bye.